Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your daily recap of all the current events and headlines in the country. My name is Aurelia Samuyenga, and this is NMH at 1. Today's newspaper front pages are dominated by the news of Namibia Breweries' intended sale of its majority share to Dutch brewing giant Heineken as part of its ambition to achieve further growth in international markets. We will examine the local coverage of this development and also take a look at various other news items today. Active cases of COVID-19 in Namibia remain low. Let us show you our daily monitor, displaying national and regional totals as of 13th of November 2021. On Saturday, the overall number of active cases numbered 130 compared to... My apologies, can we please take a break? It seems like we're all having a case of the Tuesday blues as opposed to the Monday blues. And back to our COVID monitor. Let us show you our daily monitor displaying national and regional totals as of the 13th of November 2021. On Saturday, the overall number of active cases numbered 130 compared to 177 a week before. The lowest single-day number of the past 7-day cycle was 129. In the Commerce region, active cases over the period decreased from 46 to 19, while the number in the Ongwena region dropped from 43 to 25. In Umsati, there was a decrease from 18 to 6 active cases. Totals in all other regions remain more or less the same. For example, Erongo region by Saturday had 10 active cases compared to 12 a week before, and Oshana had 11 compared to 10 noted in NMH at 1's report last week. Active cases in Omaheke and Hardap remained at the same numbers. Join us again tomorrow when we look at the numbers of vaccinations done during the past week. Please protect yourself and others and get vaccinated if there is any stock at your closest health facility.
Season 1 of the Hunters Chill Session is coming to a close. To celebrate Hunters and the Namibian sun, we'll be having an exclusive invite-only event at Access Lounge on the 23rd of November. You can be part of this. Stand a chance to win exclusive double tickets for you and a friend to attend the Hunters Chill finale. WhatsApp a picture of you and your friend chilling with your favorite Hunters to 084 000 9820. Hunters, refreshes like nothing on earth. Not for persons under the age of 18. T's and C's apply.
As per usual here at NMH at 1, we bring you a number of video news clips from across the country. Starting off, the issue of employing individuals from other regions is not acceptable, according to Bernardo Swartboy, leader of the Landless People's Movement. He alleges that at the Oshiwarongo State Hospital, a so-called Omusati region is developing, with Swartboy claiming that the majority of staff are from that region rather than from Oshodonjupa. Enzo Amwele was there.
There is Omusati here being created in Oshodonjupa. It's unacceptable, should be unacceptable. This is the land of the San, the Damara, and the Ovaherero, primarily. Why are the Oshiwarongo and Oshodonjupa people not given first priority? Why are they not given first priority? You have an administrator, just like the one that is in Harda, the director of education, who comes, I think, from Oshana, who wants to build a little Oshana in Harda by making school principals from one ethnic group only. This type of thing must be talked about and must be condemned, because if you go back to Oshana and Umsati and Ohangwena, tell me whether you will find a San or a Herero speaking Namibian or a Damara speaking Namibian dominating local authorities. In fact, the multi-ethnic character of our society changes in terms of the leadership composition in local and regional councils when you enter the Oshivelo Gate. Thereafter, it is exclusively one ethnic group that governs there, and nobody is saying it's tribalism. But south of the red line, people are sort of creating a semblance of a dominance which is unjustified, and think that it's okay that you can bring in people from one region to dominate others in another region. That does not work. What is good for the goose should also be good for the gander.
The chief executive of Grootfontein, Kisco Sinvula, yesterday addressed issues pertaining to the municipality. Elvira Hatting submitted this clip.
Ahead, developing an infrastructure master plan that will change the face of Grootfontein forever. We are looking at urban infrastructure, the road network system. We are talking about the sewer reticulation system and the water reticulation system of Grootfontein, and looking also at the drainage systems. So as council, we have embarked upon with our consulting engineer to develop and redesign our infrastructure, which is technically dilapidated. This state of affairs is not conducive for the urban environment as well as the living condition of our people. Our town planning division worked around the clock to design more than 3,000 urban for ultra-low income and low-income earners under the flexible land tenure system or flexible land tenure model. This intervention will directly contribute to the eradication of sharks within Grootfontein town at large and also deter land grabbing. We have witnessed over the past years that people were instigated to grab the land. As a responsible institution, we have taken it upon ourselves to fast-track the planning process as well as the design of the townships under this particular tenure system so that people can be afforded an opportunity to own a plot. We call this process a reception area. Furthermore, we have earmarked 760 plots at Omlunga Extension 8 as well as Omlunga Extension 9 for ultra-low income earners. In this case, Council has already resolved to allocate to the marginalized communities of Grootfontein, which was classified as Chinatown, as well as relocation of Shamalindi inhabitants who were devastated due to flooding in the areas they were residing in. And also, as part of council responsibility,
Nature conservationist Owen Kataparu Muhenje shares with our journalist Claudia Reiter what he does to create awareness regarding the plastic problems in Namibia.
Well, people, they know me as a crazy man.
Okay.
That is a joke.
All right.
So I'm actually a son of the legend.
Mm-hmm.
I was born by my father, who is Langman Muhenye.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first Imbaman to do the conservation in the northern western part of the countries.
Okay.
With Cress Air. I don't know if you ever heard about Cress Air.
Okay.
He didn't write any books about himself, but that is the great guys that every single man in Kaokoland that knows.
Okay.
The other name, it used to be known as Matwi, because he was having a big ears, like us.
All right.
So by hobby, I like hiking.
Mm-hmm.
But at one point, like 2 years ago, I started to raise awareness against the nature destruction on the Kunenes.
Okay.
So now when we talk about nature destruction, we used to have a man-made flood that used to kill the whole vegetation of the whole Kunenes.
All right.
So 2 years ago, I decided to do a walk to raise awareness and to tell the people on the ground that the flood that we used to have is a man-made flood, is not a natural flood.
Okay.
So when I'm saying it's a man-made, because the whole Kunene River, as you can see, it have 4 dams. We have 3 dams in Angola and 1 in Namibia.
Okay.
So between the 4 dams, there is no any cooperation. So the first dam, they just open the waters and they don't ask the second one, like how much water you have and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they see water is coming, they open their sluices and water kill the whole vegetation.
Okay.
I decided to stood up to tell my people on the ground to understand that even if they are suffering from this flood, it's a man-made flood.
Yeah.
But anyway, we cannot say we succeed. But last year and this year we didn't have any flood, luckily. Maybe because of the drought situation. And as my point, I have raised it up in Windhoek to the Minister of Environment and Tourism, as well Minister of Mine and Energy. So I think they have spoken to the Angolan government to cooperate with the water systems.
All right. I see.
So, and I just like it. And next, maybe in December this year, I want to start from Lusaka, Zambia, down to Windhoek. And that is now to fight against the plastic.
Okay. And then you would go around and tell the people about the plastic.
About plastic. Because it's not good for the environment and also for the people.
Let's have a look at the stories making headlines in our national papers. Starting off is the Namibian's front page lead story that states the Namibian Breweries is valued at about 3.5 billion Namibian dollars, although it has not been disclosed how much the Dutch brewing giant Heineken is willing to pay to acquire a 50.01% share. It says Heineken's desire is to dominate the Southern African alcohol market and intends to integrate the respective and relevant businesses in the region into one enlarged company. Regarding the multi-billion-dollar sale transaction, part of the ownership of Namibian Breweries, Algemeine Zeitung reports that the company's beer products will still be brewed in accordance with its purity law in future, As soon as Namibian authorities approved the sale, the NBL celebrated its 100th anniversary last year. The Dutch beer giant Heineken already owns 49.99% of the parent company, NBL Investment Holdings, and is now to acquire 50.01% of Otlava and List through a multi-billion-dollar sale transaction. Moving on to, Namibian Sun also leads with the NBL's intended sale of its majority share, which was announced by the ONL Group Executive Chairman Sven Tieme in a video message to Nambru's 784 employees. Tieme said the NBL has gone to great lengths and put all its efforts to grow its exports, but it simply does not have the muscle power to truly take Windhoek and other brands to the world as they deserve to be. Shortly after the announcement, the Nambru share price soared from 34.6 Namibian dollars to 42 Namibian dollars. Moving on to Republicane. Besides reporting on the brewery's plan preparing to sell its majority share to non-Namibian ownerships, Republicane also follows up on the traumatic experience suffered by a well-known cyclist. Christian Bean, who was hit by a driver allegedly on the wrong side of the road near Okahanja last Sunday, went through the front windscreen and ended up inside the car before the driver fled from the scene. Bean has already had an operation on his fractured hip, with further operations intended on his fractured shoulder and damaged knee. The alleged hit-and-run driver has been taken into custody. New Era was at the Windhoek High Court yesterday, where 57-year-old convicted murderer Likios Valombola profusely apologized to the nation and the relatives of the late student leader Helau Njaba, who was shot twice in the head by Valombola in May of 2018. Valombola said, "The fact that I was responsible for the death of a young person is not only a scar on my life, but a scar on my heart." And now some of the newsworthy items in the inside pages of today's newspaper. Republicane sheds light on the Runaway fire that started at the Nankuse Lodge and Wildlife Sanctuary on Sunday morning and soon spread to neighboring farms. After destroying 2 houses at the lodge, the fire ravaged through at least 10,000 hectares of land in the area. Allgemeine Zeitung reports on the Independent Patriots for Change Party's event at Swakopmund last weekend, where it was announced that the IPC's General Secretariat will soon make a decision on the future of Siska Howard-Smith. Howard-Smith, who was not present, is accused of serving on the local regional council for the Swakopmund constituency, although she does not live in the town. The party president, Dr. Panduleni Itula, said the internal investigation against Howard-Smith has been closed. According to New Era, the Ministry of Health is closely monitoring the recent resurgence in positive COVID-19 cases across a number of European countries over the last 2 weeks, as well as in China. Health Minister Kalumbi Shangula told the newspaper that the country's preparedness for a possible 4th wave include increases in health facilities. Namibian Sun lays out an upcoming project to rehabilitate rangeland in the country through the sustainable debushing and rejuvenation of 45 million hectares of rangeland that is currently bush encroached. The project is expected to increase the productivity and carrying capacity of livestock farms, as well as to revive the livestock industry and improve the contribution of the agriculture sector to the GDP, which has been decreasing over the years. Agriculture Minister Carla Schlattwein said this project will enable farmers to turn the estimated 450 million tons of invaded bush biomass into business and job creation opportunities through the addition. And closing off, the Namibian reports on the ongoing Africa Cup Netball tournament in Windhoek, where the strong South Africa Proteas team beat their main rival Uganda by 20 goals yesterday to ensure that no other team could overtake them in the title race anymore. Today is the final day of the competition, where South Africa took on Namibia's Desert Jewels this morning and won 65 points to 39 in the last match for both teams.
Season 1 of the Hunters Chill session is coming to a close. To celebrate, Hunters and the Namibian Sun will be having an exclusive invite-only event at Access Lounge on the 23rd of November. You can be part of this. Stand a chance to win exclusive double tickets for you and a friend to attend the Hunters Chill finale. WhatsApp a picture of you and your friend chilling with your favorite Hunters to 084 000 9820. Hunters, refreshes like nothing on earth. Not for persons under the age of 18. T's and C's apply.
And that is it for your Tuesday edition of NMH at 1. I hope you have not developed the Tuesday blues, and please do stay safe. I'll see you again tomorrow at the same time, always at the same place. For now, here is your weather update.